Hey friends all over the world, I come to you with a warning. Stop doing this immediately. Don't do it anymore. This is very important. Do not do this anymore. And if you're doing this, you need to stop. Stop. Don't continue doing this. It's dangerous. It will jeopardize your future. Hear me. Stop doing this immediately. Are you listening? Stop doing this immediately. I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to help some of you. Stop doing this immediately. Because many of you are engaged in this and it's hurting you. It's having a harmful effect on you. I'm begging you, please stop doing this immediately. Stop, hear this, trying, hear me, to get people to see your worth. You got to stop it. Stop it immediately. Some of you are trying to tell people, they don't know how much I'm worth. They don't understand my value. They don't see my worth. How many times have you said that? How many times have you heard people say that? Well, they don't value me. They don't see my worth. They don't understand how much I'm worth in their life. They don't understand, my role in their life. You know what? They're not supposed to. If somebody doesn't see your worth, it means they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to. Why are you trying to convince someone how worthy and how valuable you are? Please stop doing this. Their blindness to your worth is an indication from God that they are not a permanent part of your life. Oh my God. Somebody ought to hear me. Their blindness, their inability to see your worth is an indication to you that they probably should not be in your life. They shouldn't be in your life. One of the worst things I've ever done in my life was try to get people to see, I'm really, I really wish you would understand my value. That is insane. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane, and it's hurting you. God never called you to convince somebody that you were supposed to be in their life. God never called you to convince anyone that you're supposed to be in their life or that they're supposed to be in yours. I'm trying to tell you, you need to stop doing this immediately because it's taking years off of your life. It's taking years off of your assignment. It's taking years off of your purpose. When I first started in ministry, for example, there were a lot of people around me. Every time God would do something great, I would be saying, hey, guys, look at what God is doing. And they wouldn't care. And I'm saying, no, they don't understand. Stop doing this. When people refuse to value what you carry, who you are, your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your contributions, stop trying to convince them. God has people uniquely equipped, uniquely designed for you. And if you keep wasting your time trying to convince those who are not called to you, you will not have the available mental, emotional energy to identify and connect with those who are. I'm trying to tell you something. Here you are preaching to the same choir. Preaching to the same choir. Over and over and over again. One time I was preaching at a church and the people weren't receiving. I went and sat down. I will not waste another syllable out of my mouth on a group of dishonorable goats who don't want to receive what I have to say. I'm going somewhere else. And I went to a different location and there were miracles all over the place. It's not so much that you're not anointed. It's not even so much that you don't have something to say or something to add, something to contribute. You are in front of the wrong audience. Ooh, I'm giving somebody a good word today. It's not that you're not anointed, gifted, talented. It's not that you're not valuable. You may be in front of the wrong audience. That's all I have to say to you. So stop trying to convince the wrong audience to hear what you have to say. Stop looking at people. You ought to value, let me tell you something. You ought to value yourself enough. You ought to have enough self-respect. You ought to have enough self-respect to refuse to engage in, watch this, the personal devaluation that comes along with trying to convince the wrong people of your worth and value. Because let me tell you something. The people who are called to you, they already know your worth. Oh my God. I don't know who I'm talking to. They already know your worth. They already know your worth. They already know it. You don't have to convince them because they know. They know it. They know a diamond when they see it. Come on now. They know a diamond when they see it. They know a diamond when they see it. They know a diamond when they see it. And so if you're a diamond, stop trying to talk to cubic zirconium people who don't understand the value of a diamond. They don't know the difference between a diamond and glass. I don't know who I'm talking to. You got to understand. Never try to convince people who are incapable of calculating or discerning who you are and what you have to appreciate you, to love you, to receive you. Lord have mercy. And then you'll say stuff like, nobody appreciates me. That's a lie. That's not true. It's not that nobody appreciates you. You have invested time in the wrong people. My goodness. My good God from Zion. You've invested time in the wrong people. You watch this. You're talking to folk that can't discern the difference between a rock and a diamond. Lord have mercy. And so what's happening is that you're trying to convince yourself, you know what? Nobody loves me. Nobody appreciates me. Stop lying. There are plenty of folk who love you, but usually the folk that love you, watch this, and value you, you don't value them. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm giving a word to somebody today. Even on today, Lord, the folk that really want to be in your life, you're not even paying them any attention. You're paying the jigaboos attention. Come on, that's a word I can't. A jigaboo. That's somebody who just there. They're like a creature. They just kind of like, and they're just in your life. And they're just taking up time, space, energy, effort, resources. You don't pay any mind to the folk that actually love you. It's a psychological condition. We have more respect for people who disrespect us. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And here we are. Somebody ought to share this. Here we are saying, God, I don't understand why nobody. No, there's an audience assigned to you. There are people who have been anointed to identify what's in you and who you are. Are you hearing this today? Stop trying to convince stop trying to convince other people how valuable you are to them and the fact you should be in your life. And you need to let God convince you of your own value, and then convince yourself. And then once you do that, you will watch this. You will create a magnetic pull for the people who have actually been ordained to be in your life. Please share this with somebody.